All right, welcome to today's video on file maintenance. We're going to talk a little bit about how we store files on a computer and where exactly we're going to do that on the computers here at school. So when we're talking about how data is stored on a computer, we're basically looking at what drives, folders, and files are. Drives, if you think about it, are basically like a big filing cabinet of data that you might have, right? And everything that would go into that filing cabinet would be stored on one individual drive. Your house might have more than one filing cabinet in it, just like a computer might have more than one drive in it. Every drive on your computer contains many different folders, and each of those folders have multiple files stored in them. So we'll take a look at all of the important drives that are available for us to use here at school. The first drive we'll look at is the C drive. This is a physical drive that is part of the hardware of the computer that is in front of you. It is where all of the programs are stored that are run on your computer. And all of the contents of what is there available on that drive is managed by the school's IT personnel. This means that you should never store your files on the computer C drive at school, or for that matter, on the desktop of your computer at school. Because if the IT personnel at our school decides that they want to re-image or change the content of what is on your particular computer, any data that you have stored there can be lost. The second drive we have available to us is the OneDrive. This is cloud-based storage, which means that your information is stored on a server somewhere, probably in another country, right? All of the data that is stored here typically is compatible with Microsoft products because the OneDrive is itself a Microsoft storage product. In order to access this information, you have to sign in through the OneDrive icon that you can see there on the bottom of the screen to make sure that you have access to that folder. You can have access to that anywhere that you have internet. You can also access this drive through the BYOD website. The next drive we'll look at is the Google Drive, which is another cloud-based storage option. It is very similar to the OneDrive, with the difference being that this is compatible with Google products as opposed to OneDrive being compatible with Microsoft products. If you're going to be using a lot of like Google Slides and Google Docs, this would be your storage device of choice. It also is accessible by the BYOD website for ease of use. The final drive that we'll look at is called a flash drive. And there's a picture of a typical flash drive here. It is a portable storage device where you can plug it into the USB drive on your computer. It's a little bit more secure than the cloud-based data because you have physical control over your files themselves. There are also no fees associated with the USB drive other than the initial purchase, whereas cloud-based storage options often have some sort of subscription fee. There is a downfall to using flash-based drive though, in that you could lose the flash drive, in which case all of your data will be lost. It can be corrupted if you're pulling it out of the USB device while the data is being accessed. The data can become corrupted and no longer usable, and it is a little bit less collaborative as nobody else has access to your particular files. So within your drives, you have a number of folders. Folders, or also known as directories, are created to store related files for ease of organization and ease of finding the data that you're looking for. A folder can hold other files, obviously, and can also hold other folders. So again, you can start to specialize and get more detailed into the organization system that you might have. Think of this again, if we go back to the cabinet analogy, if I have a filing cabinet, this would be a hanging folder in a particular drawer of my filing cabinet. The files themselves contain the actual data that we're going to be storing on the computer. It could be a program, it could be an image, it could be a saved file with data that's going to be imported into a program, it could be a video, etc., etc. All of these files should really be stored in a particular folder of related files for ease of use and ease of finding. Think of this again in our analogy as a sheet of paper that has been stored in a file folder that is stored in our filing cabinet. Now, normally when you want to create a folder on your computer, you would easily do that by right-clicking your mouse. Unfortunately, here at school, they've limited the capability of our right-click because it allows for other things that our IT administrators don't want us to access. So instead, you're going to need to open up a folder when you want to create a folder by going into the program that you are using, selecting Save from the File menu, and then browsing through the folders there to find where you want to put a new folder. Once you know where that folder is going to go, you can select Create New Folder, give it a name, and then save your file as usual in that new folder that you have created. A few tips when you want to create and work with files is number one, you should have a folder structure. You should really refrain from putting all your files directly into the root drive, because as you add more and more files, it becomes difficult to find what you're looking for, and it can become very confusing, especially if you have multiple files that are related to the same concepts. You want to make sure that your folders have descriptive names, and again, also that your files have a descriptive name so that you can easily find the files you're looking for. Finally, this is an important one, make sure you are saving your work often. You never know when a power failure might happen or when something might freeze and all of a sudden you lose the data that you've worked on. So make sure you save your work frequently when working on your files here at school. That's it. That's all we have time for today. We'll see you in class tomorrow where we can practice what we've learned.